Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to add an image texture to an existing 3D model. And right now I've got this purple phone that I just made and I want to add a background to this image here. If you're not already in this shading mode, I would switch over to this shading option here, the third one. And if I scroll down over on the right here, you can see with the object selected here, I can click on material, and that should show me if there's any materials on here already. We can use those, and if there's not any more materials on it, we can always hit plus to add one on here. So I've got the purple material over here, and I'm going to add a second material by hitting this plus sign, and I want a brand new material. And so it's going to take a second to add that new material. Now by default, it's just going to give us some color on here. So if I pick maybe this orange color here, you can see that it doesn't show up anywhere on my material or on my phone. I need to assign that material. So if I select my object, tab over into edit mode, and I click on, so I've got face select on here. You can do that with Control 3. But if I select the face, this is the one that I want orange. Click on my orange material that I just made and hit assign. I can left click on the side there, so now we can see that that material has been applied to this object. And if I change the color of that material, it's going to change the object as well. Okay, so how do we get an image texture onto here? Well, right by where you would pick the color for this, there's a yellow circle there, and if you click on that yellow circle, that's going to give you some options for what you want the texture to be. And we want that to be an image texture. So when we select image texture, we need to open up an image. So I'm going to go ahead and hit open, and I'm going to point it at a reference photo that I have here. And this may be what you want, depending on what your image looks like and how your faces are arranged on here. But for me, this is not what I want, or it might even show up as being this bright magenta color, which means that the image is not being loaded properly. If you're seeing something that looks completely wrong, it's not just rotated incorrectly, what you may need to do, making sure you're still in edit mode, you want to click on that face and then hit the U key, U as in unicorn, and then go to unwrap, and I'm going to pick Smart UV Unwrap and unwrap it again. Okay. So that is my object, and I want the plant to be rotated on here. I want the plant to be growing from top to bottom. So in order to fix that, I'm going to save and go over to UV editing. So this is the image that I want. This is how I want it to look on my phone, and this is how it looks here. So if I click on this face here, you can see that that's showing where the face is on the object, on the picture. And actually, if I click this button here, the two arrows on here, wherever I select something over here, it'll select it over here. Or when I deselect it over here, it'll select it over there. That's just an option that you might like while you're messing around with this. Right, so this object here is where the UV for this rectangle currently is, and I'm going to select that. So I've got that selected there, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and I can see that it's already the wrong way. No, it is the right way actually. So I'm doing that by selecting it, hitting R, and then I'm going to go to -90. So I'm just typing in -90, and then I can scale that as well. So I'm hitting S key to scale, and my Y axis to lock it into the Y axis. lining it up there. And so now if I go back to layout mode, let's see, it looks like my image is on my phone. If that's all you want to do, then you are all set. If I were making this wanting to look more like a phone screen, I might go into this shading tab and mix this with an emission shader. I might do something like connect this into there, so now it's kind of emitting that light a little bit on there. And if I take that into my render mode, yeah, you can see that it's now emitting that light on there. And maybe that's what you want. But anyway, that's how you add an image texture to a 3D model. Hope this helps, and take care.